this little song right here. She said, I wanna live like common. I love that. There was also, of course, this band. I think they were British. Blur. Oh. By the way, keep them coming on 084 850 0942. Talking about TV shows.
Julle vergeet Mr. Bean. En dan die ander ene Keeping Up Appearances. Two briljante shows.
Listen, Rowan Atkinson is one of the greatest of all time.
Really is.
That guy was absolutely brilliant, and also Keeping Up Appearances. What is the main character?
Mrs. Bouquet.
Yeah.
Hey, residents, the lady of the house speaking. No, I do not have a special offer on spicy prawn balls.
Wow, that is so British.
Have you got any 40 Towers there?
Eh?
40 Towers.
Oh, Fawlty Towers, we spoke about it just now.
That's a classic.
Oh, it's Basil.
Sybil.
And all that.
Yeah.
I think it must be part of kids' education. It just gives you such a spicy sense of humour.
Oh, it does.
It's just so dry and it's
And Manuel, you get to hide in.
Manuel.
Listen, our very special guest on the show, and thanks for your time, Rob Ladbury, who's obviously England, South London born and raised and lived in South Africa for many years. But I suppose the English cooking, we find that with all the people that have come through, it doesn't matter how long they've been in South Africa or not, if you grew up in an English home or Greek home or whatever, you were exposed to the food.
Yes.
And it sticks with you.
Yeah.
Ek dink as jy is Afrikaner ook, jy kan op enige plek sit.
Yeah.
Texas, London. At some point, they're probably going to try and bring in biltong and braai and stuff like that. It's just how it is. Yeah. So you've made a quintessential classic British dinner meal, which is bangers and mash.
Yeah.
Is it really something that's eaten often there, or do we just think so?
No, it can be eaten often, but actually, the biggest thing that's eaten is curry. Curry is a big thing in the UK, and I cook curries here. It's just one of them things that we enjoy. And there's a lot of foods that you can actually make from food, if that makes sense. I don't know if you've ever heard of bubble and squeak.
Mm-hmm. What is that again? That is cabbage.
Yes. No, it's basically, if you have a roast dinner, and it's all anything left behind, so it'll be the potatoes, peas, whatever's left behind, goes into a bowl, and the next day it's chopped up. Yeah, and then you basically pat it into like pates or on a saucepan. Yeah, and fry it. Oh, and then you put something like black pudding with it, or what is nice is poached eggs on top. That goes on a treat because you break the egg into the. Oh, so that's
leftovers made into a very nice, interesting meal. Yeah.
Once again, when we've seen that throughout all the journey we've gone on, every country does that. Nothing goes to waste. Yeah. They take what they have and they reuse it, repurpose it into another different delicious meal. It really is quite incredible.
And is it called bubble and squeak because of the sound it makes when you're cooking?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the story with peas? Mushy peas, no mushy peas. What is the British way?
It's mushy. It depends what part of England you're in, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Mushy peas are definitely North England. Okay. Because they all take that mushy peas. Okay. And then they are used in London because one of the big things in London is pie and mash and maybe mashed peas. So pie and mash is. It goes back to, I think, like the 60s or something, and they're traditional, and they serve with what's called a liqueur. I don't personally had the liquor before, but they're on a nice pie and mash.
Listen, so now, what is the quintessential bangers and mash? If someone has never tried it, bangers and mash is obviously pork bangers.
Yep.
And mashed potato, onion is very important.
Yes, the gravy, to be honest. The gravy that actually makes it. So, as long as the three things come together, get a nice mash. It's not too watery or something like that. Yeah. What I do is I've actually changed, but not used to fry the sausages. But I use an air fryer now. 'Cause
Shock horror.
it's so much easier. And then with the onions, it's really making them as soft as you get them really soft.
It's delicious.
And then make a nice gravy and pour that into the onions and let that all settle down. And then
Your classic bangers and mash.
absolutely,
With
but you
beans.
can do anything with it. You can use what sausage you like,
Yeah.
particularly with the mash. Nice variations on that is putting things like a Dijon mustard or a whole grain mustard in it, or cheese or anything like that. It's so versatile.
Why did
But
you
this
ask
is-
for this?
For the HP
the
sauce,
HP
because
sauce.
how else would you have bangers and mash without Houses of Parliament sauce?
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah, it's got a picture in
It's
the
got a
front.
picture of the.
Oh, there it is.
Yes,
House of Parliament.
brown sauce is delicious.
Okay, so it's very much like a British thing?
Yeah,
Please tell Martin that curry over chips,
It's not a
curry
thing.
sauce over chips actually is a thing in the
I don't
UK.
believe it.
absolutely is the thing. Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe me.
And actually,
How does that go? You put the curry on the chips?
It's just sauce.
it's literally sauce.
It's just sauce.
And just curry in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can go on anything. They put it on anything.
What do you mean though?
But
Them English. We're gonna come back in a moment because I want to talk about this bread and butter pudding. It feels to me somewhere along. Ons het 'n Afrikaanse equivalent.
So weergawe van 'n bread
Ons
and
het
butter.
ons de weergawe daarvan. So we're going to taste the pudding in a couple of moments' time. We're talking all things British, the best of British on the show this morning. Oh, TV shows, music, the food. And I must say, Bangers and Mash, I mean, it's definitely one of my favorites. I'm loving it. And the way you made it, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, this is get in. Ons het ook vir jou R50,000 vir die Secret Sound op pad. Maar eers
Pick and Pay and F&B bring you Burger Friday. Get 4 burgers.
Around the world, right here from the comfort of our studio in Midrand. We've been in South Korea, so to speak, Greece, Italy, Ghana, Mozambique. This week it's all about England. Best of British, and let me tell you something. The food, the music, the TV shows, the TV stars, the movies, they've given us a whole lot. And to celebrate it with us is Rob Ladbury, Englishman, but he starts for South Africa as a Springbok fan. A good one. Rob, thanks again for your time. Much appreciated. So glad you're in with us this morning. We started off with just tuning in, enjoying a good old bangers and mash. Bangers, onion gravy, mashed peas. Delicious. That secret sauce that Felicity likes so much.
HP, a little bit of a brown sauce, yes.
Now, talk to me about this bread and butter pudding.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, what goes into that?
It's so you make a custard, well, it's like a custard. So it's all made with. Unfortunately, it's not diet friendly.
No, it's a little carb heavy.
Yeah. So it's you make a custard with double cream or thick Jersey cream, and half milk, fat milk. You bring that to a simmer. Then you put 3 eggs together and a yolk. Mixing caster sugar, blending caster sugar, then mix that in with the custard, and then basically the bread and butter side is you leave the bread out for a couple of days, let it go stale or hard. Okay. Cut the crusts off and then make them into little triangles, and then just layer it all in the bread and butter in a bowl or a plate, as you can see, and then pour the custard all over the top with the raisins.
Het ons iets soortgelijks hierso?
Soos ons doen ook 'n broodpudding. Ons doen dit baie keer met konfyt. Dis ook 'n appelkoek konfyt.
Ja.
So once again, it's a way to reuse up things that have gone stale. So if your bread's gone stale and you want to kind of transform it into something else, this is an easy way to do it. This baie lekker. It's very nice.
I love it. Yeah, it's delicious. Now listen, I think South African there's a lot of similarity between South African and British food.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Certain times of the day, it's very like English breakfast. The pub lunches, the fish and chips.
Yeah,
it's very similar.
Yeah,
it is. Yes, yeah.
Talking about fish and chips, is there a specific way that the English make it against the rest of the world?
Not really.
But we do it similarly. It's like beer batter.
That's it. Yes. Yeah. I mean, like everywhere, it's in all the fish and chip shops. They make the batter slightly different, so everyone thinks they might have had a better batter than the next one, but generally it's exactly the same.
The only difference I found between English fish and chips and South African fish and chips, they use brown vinegar on their chips, and we don't. We use white vinegar, which is a lot tartar.
Okay.
Brown vinegar is less tart.
So you can actually, if you go I used to go to the fish and chips when I was younger. And what I used to love, there's 2 things actually. So you get your fish and chips, and you can have a gherkin and all that kind of thing with it. And what they did, you had the brown vinegar bottle on the side, and then what they used to do was with the pickled onions, is drain the juice out of the pickled onions, and that become the white vinegar to put on. So that's sort of version of the same thing.
What do you know? No water in my back for the Quran copy. Like a newspaper with slap chips. And then the salt comes out of a thing that pokes holes.
That's right.
And then the vinegar, same thing.
Yep.
And then the newspaper must be wet.
The only disappointment is that they don't use newspapers anymore because no one really sells them. The
actual problem was the poison.
And the ink.
Now they just do it on tablets.
And am I right? It's mostly cod in England. I think that's probably the one big difference is because of what they catch around there.
Yes, right.
So you're more likely to have cod.
Yes.
Listen, this feature is very bad for my diet because it's all delicious. Thank you very much, Rob, for coming in, and thank you every single person who left us messages about British music. I almost forgot about one of my absolute favorites. I love this band so much.
Let's go back to early 70s, the band by the name of Clash.
The Clash. Era, wasn't it? so much, every single person who sent us a message about their favourite British bands, TV shows, movies, food. Rob, thanks for all your amazing effort this morning. Much appreciated and lucky to catch up with you.
No, perfect. I enjoyed it very much. So. It's been brilliant.
Is lank in die land, hoe is jou Afrikaans? Is okay?
No. The only Afrikaans I know, I won't put it on there.
No. Thank you so much, Rob. Let's see what's happening in the traffic.
Right, and this traffic is brought to you by Stellantis, the driving force behind the Citroen Aircross, the SUV you tell your car not